lads, and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be kinda a bit different, obviously, with the video that went up yesterday where people were voting for what videos I should keep doing in 2019 and stuff like that, and in the comments below people got involved and gave me their opinions. It was kinda made clear that some people thought that Pars Round It was maybe a bit of a dead feature in a way. Maybe that's a bit harsh on their opinion, but basically that was kind of the gist of what I took of it, and that it should maybe be a bit revamped. So I'm going to kind of make it that it's a bit of a more SPFL, more football based type show, where I just talk about the football that's going to be coming up at the weekend and maybe a specific fixture that I want to talk about. For now, until 2019, I'm going to still kind of keep it Dunfermline based, but I'm going to speak about specifically our opponents more than Dunfermline, because I feel like there is going to be threats within our opponents that I can speak about, and this weekend that is definitely no different. Ayr United, top of the championship currently, and they've got obviously massive threats in Lawrence Shankland, as we all know, and other threats such as Michael Moffat, Robbie Crawford, Craig McGuffey. I think he comes off the bench more often than not, but they've also got Alan Forrest, James Forrest's wee brother, and Andy Gagan as well. He's obviously an ex-player of ours, and he'll be coming back wanting to put one over on our manager like he did at Somerset Park earlier this season, and like Lawrence Shankland did, and Michael Moffat as well. They all played really well that day, and it is a shame because all of them at one point in their career did play for us, albeit Lawrence Shankland was a bit out of our control to lose him at the time that we did, when he was on loan for Aberdeen at that time, when he was only about 18 years old. But we had him on trial at the beginning of last season, in the summer of that campaign, where it was at a park in Glasgow, and we had him on trial, and they played him in the left wing for one game, and obviously done training sessions and stuff like that, but we just let him go. And then a few months later he kind of floundered about, didn't really do much, and he's been quoted himself saying that he thought he was going to have to go into part-time football. And then Ayr United came along, and as they say, the rest is history. He's making history with Ayr right now, and he could go on to be a legend of that club, considering how many goals he's currently scored. I think it's something like 57 goals in 57 games or something like that. It's a crazy ratio, and it's literally one goal every 80 minutes or something like that in the league. It's crazy, and it's numbers that not many players will reach on a regular basis in this league. Stephen Dobie's probably the closest player that's come to it in recent times. There probably will be other examples, but Lawrence Shankland is definitely one of those players that, whilst you did sort of expect him to continue a bit of his form from last season, 2 years ago, if you'd have said Lawrence Shankland would have been scoring almost 30 goals by Christmas in the Scottish Championship, if you'd have said that to St Mirren fans, Morton fans, even Dunfermline fans to a certain extent, then I think they would have probably laughed at you, because Lawrence Shankland never really seemed like an out-and-out prolific goal scorer. He always scored a decent amount of goals at the clubs he was at, but in recent seasons he's kinda faltered at different clubs, whether that be like the aforementioned St Mirren, Morton, stuff like that, where I think he was perhaps maybe a bit overweight at those clubs, or a bit stocky at least. He's definitely lost that bit of extra weight that he had, or whatever was kind of holding him down. I think maybe a bit it was maybe mental stuff as well, and he's came past that, and he's definitely shown that he has the quality and he can score goals given the opportunities. One thing that I do want to touch on though, I obviously spoke about the other threats that Ayr United have, and ultimately I think this might be the reason why Lawrence Shankland is as good a player as he is. So 1 + 1 is Lawrence Shankland, and the answer is Michael Moffat. Michael Moffat, the guy that's been sort of, I don't know, the workman for these type of players, the kind of prolific goal scorers of the lower leagues. Obviously, we know it well, Dunfermline fans. Faisal Baktui didn't exactly build his career off Michael Moffat, but there was certainly a big hand given by Michael Moffat towards Faisal's career and how many goals he did score in League One. And no doubt there was other players in our team, just like there is in Ayer's team, that have provided Lawrence Shankland. And obviously the player himself has done very well, just like Faisal did, scoring the amount of goals that he did. But Michael Moffat has been there every stretch of the way with these players, and we're seeing it now with a player like Faisal, where he's without a player like Moffat, a player that doesn't have the same capabilities as Michael Moffat does, or doesn't see the game as cleverly as Moffat does, that he is starting to struggle a bit and he's not finding the same amount of form, albeit he's now a level above what he was at in League One. So you can obviously look at it both ways, but I believe that Michael Moffat has had a massive part to play in both these young strikers' careers. At that point, Faisal was a young player, he's now kind of getting into the mid-20s age, so he's kind of wasted a bit of his career with the Dundee move and stuff like that, considering how little it got him in his career. But then also, Lawrence Shankland, now he's got Moffat by his side, he's had that chance to learn off of a player like him for now 2 seasons, because Lawrence Shankland has pledged the full season to Ayr United. No matter what happens, he wants to stay and try and cement his place as a sort of Ayr United legend by getting them promoted into the Premiership, and fair dues to him. But having a player like Michael Moffat, I believe that is going to be one of the key things for Lawrence Shankland going into the rest of his career, because if he has a player like that and he can learn off of that, then he could maybe incorporate it into his game if he perhaps gets to a level at some point where he can't score as many goals as he currently does. He can maybe take bits that he's learned off of Moffat and pull it into his game to make him an even better player, a more rounded striker, because there's no doubt that Lawrence Shankland knows exactly where the back of the net is right now, and there's no doubt that he can do a lot of different things on the football pitch, but there's obviously things that he also will have to work on, because he is still a young striker with a lot of potential to fulfil. And going to a level where he might not score as many goals, say he gets picked up by an English Championship side next season, there'll be less goals coming in. And learning off of a player, as I said, like Michael Moffat, who can do all the link-up stuff and play with basically any striker that he's given and can get the best out of them, it'll massively help, I think. So whilst, as I said, Lawrence Shankland is a fantastic player, and he's got multiple players within the Ayr team that do fantastic for him, I do think that the key player for Lawrence Shankland being as good as he is, apart from Lawrence Shankland, is his strike partner Michael Moffat. As far as the rest of the games go in the Championship, I'm pretty much going to predict what the Championship scores will be this weekend and what the outcomes will be. So, we've got Alloa versus Queen of the South. I think Alloa will get a home win and they'll get another 3 points in the bag that, whilst it's not unexpected because it is a home game against a team that they would hope to be at least challenging against, I feel like they'll pull it out the bag this time and get another 3 points. Dundee United versus Falkirk, I'd fully expect Dundee United to come back out and put a statement out against what is currently the bottom team in the league. So Robbie Neilson, don't think he'll stand for another loss, because that would be 3 games without a win. So I think Dundee United will get the home win here. Dunfermline versus Ayr, I don't know what to expect for this game at all. I hope that we can get something, of course I do. But as I spoke about, Lawrence Shankland, Michael Moffat, all the threats that Ayr have, there's no doubt that they're a fantastic side this season. So if I'm going to go with my heart, which is obviously wanting Dunfermline to get some sort of result, I'll say 1-1. Morton versus Inverness Caledonian Thistle. I mean, Inverness are the draw specialists this season. They've kind of floundered a bit in recent weeks since losing their unbeaten run, so maybe they won't get another draw. But I think this one will be a stalemate. I think it'll be another 1-1. And Ross County versus Partick Thistle, I expect Ross County to get the win here. They've got the resources, they've got better resources than Partick Thistle, I believe, especially with the players they brought in the summer. And I think Partick Thistle are still trying to find their feet. And after January, you might start seeing Partick Thistle actually be more of a contender to these type of teams. But aye, that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy, please give it a like. Comment down below what you think about any of the Championship fixtures this weekend. What game are you going to? If it's not even in the Championship, what score do you think it will be? And also, Lawrence Shankland and Ayr United. Are you as scared as I would be if you were going to face them now? And until our next video, which will be the big match, the vlog for tomorrow's game, which I will be uploading this week, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.